When people ask me what's the biggest problem in the church, I always say the same thing: the absence of discernment. That is the biggest problem in the church. Because if you can't discern the truth with the Word of God in your hand, with the Bible in your hand, if you can't discern the truth, you can die of 1,000 heresies. It's like having spiritual AIDS. People who have a deficient immune system can die of 1,000 illnesses. The church can die of 1,000 heresies if it can't exercise discernment. This is always the issue. And part of the responsibility of ministry is the positive side, to instruct with great patience, as Paul said to Timothy, but the other side is to reprove, rebuke, and exhort, and use the Word of God to do that. And to exercise discernment is at the very heart of Christian living, because Christian living is a reflection of Christian thinking, and Christian thinking must be attached to sound doctrine, and that's where discernment begins. It is very evident that a massive part of professing Christianity lacks discernment. We know there are people who are in this movement who are deceivers, and they know they're deceivers. They're false teachers, and they know they're false teachers. They're in it for the money, and they know they're in it for the money. We also know there are people caught up in the movement who are deceived and may not know they are deceived. They are brands that need to be snatched from the burning, to borrow the words of Jude. There are leaders who need to be confronted and exposed, and there are unwitting leaders who need to be helped and encouraged and to know the truth. There are 500 million professed charismatics on the planet. 500 million. To put that in perspective, there are 1 billion Roman Catholics. To put that in further perspective, there are 14 million Mormons. 14 million Mormons, 500 million charismatics. It's a massive issue. I don't think anybody would fault pastors for confronting Mormonism, and they should. False view of God, false view of Christ, false view of salvation. Why is it that we have been so reluctant to confront this massive movement that has captivated 500 million plus people? So what we want to do in these days together, and to do it faithfully, and to do it lovingly, and to do it compassionately, but to do it in a very straightforward way, is to help you see the issues for what they are and be discerning. And you then become a force of folks who can help other people.